Okay, Dr. Mindy here, and you guys have asked how to lose weight using the ketogenic diet and fasting principles. So I've done some videos on fasting. I did a video on what you need to do for your liver in order to lose weight. On this video, I'm actually going to show you the 3 different variations that I coach my patients through to get you the greatest weight loss result. So get ready, get a pen and paper. I'm going to give you a ton of information. And a couple things I want you to know. 1, that if this kind of cycling of the ketogenic diet is working for you, or you want to know how it can work for you, join us in our metabolic reset. We're about to do a 15-day experience of taking you in and out of this type of eating and fasting so you can unstick your weight. So if you want to join us for that, just put metabolic reset. And I just want to thank you guys who are subscribing to my channel, who are sharing my channel out. I do this information to change your life and change the lives of the people around you. So thank you. If you subscribe, you'll know when I go live. We put videos out, a couple of them a week. I love to give you the science. And on this video, you're going to get a whole lot of application that you can apply immediately following the video to start to get better results with your weight loss efforts. I hope it helps. Okay, Dr. Mindy here, and I want to dive into 3 very specific keto variations that I am seeing work over and over and over again for weight loss. So you guys have been so amazing at filling in comments, giving us feedback on what information you need. And one of the things we're hearing from a lot of you is that in this quarantine time that you are gaining weight like never before. So what I wanted to do today was show you these 3 variations and give you some action steps and a plan to be able to implement these 3 variations. So stay tuned through the whole thing because I will be explaining the variations and then I'm going to show you how you can put them in a whole week's worth of a plan. And it's actually, this video, by the way, was born out of some of the consultations that I did this week with patients that are looking to lose weight, that are trying to undo some health problems. And we're seeing great success with it. So here we go. Let's start with this. For starters, when you first come to ketosis, the very first, or the ketogenic diet, the very first step that I want you to do is I want you to ask yourself, do I know how to get into ketosis? So there are 2 ways to get into ketosis. So 1 is you can lower your carbs down, and 2 is you can start fasting. So you don't always have to go low carb to get into ketosis. You could just fast more, and that could get you into ketosis. So if you haven't done any of the ketogenic diet, your first step is to take something like intermittent fasting, 15 hours a day, no food, and then pull out things like breads, pastas, sugars, juices, even some fruits, cookies, crackers, anything that's high carb, high sugar, just pull that out and fast for 15 hours every day. For most of you, that'll work and you'll get into ketosis and that'll be wonderful. Now, for some of you, and I'm going to put my notes, by the way, you guys know how I love writing notes and giving you science, so I will put these in the notes for you. But the second thing, if you're like, yeah, I'm already doing that. I'm already taking that out. I've fast 24 hours. You're already like in that mode. The second question to ask yourself is, are you counting macros? And to me, the basic macros, or what we call macronutrients, are your carbohydrate load, your protein load, and your fat load. And the basic of what you want to do is you want to stay at 50 net carbs every day. You want to be under that. Don't go over it. You want to be under 50 grams of protein, and you want to be over 60% of your food coming from good fat. Now, we recommend something called Carb Manager, it's an app on the phone, and it's just one we love. But there's a lot of good ones out there. So first step to losing weight with the ketogenic diet is ask yourself if you can get into ketosis, and then start looking at that. A caveat to that piece would be to start looking at your macros. Are you tracking your macros? Okay, now this is the meat of what I want to do on this video is I want to address those of you that are like, yeah, I'm already doing that, but I'm not losing more weight. Okay, so if that's you, there are 3 different styles of eating that will help you drop weight. Okay, first style, low keto. So many people already know this, but if you are not going low keto, which is 20 grams net carbs or less, if you've been at the 50, it may be time for you to get down into the 20. Some people, it may be time to get down into the 10. So first step to ask is, do you need to lower your carbohydrates down even more? 20 grams would be max. In that scenario, you're going to stay at 50 grams of protein, okay? Second day that I want you to look at, or style of eating, is what we call autophagy. Now, I've done a lot of videos on autophagy fasting, and what we know is that when you continue to stimulate autophagy, what happens is that your body continues to repair and detoxify. So what's crucial about autophagy is that in an autophagy style eating day, you are keeping your protein under 20 grams. And I have found so many people who are in the keto world, they're eating too much protein. So sometimes we got to bring that protein down while we keep the carbs somewhere around 50 grams, okay? So low keto, you're bringing the carbs down under 20 grams, but you're keeping your protein at 50. Autophagy is opposite of that. You're bringing protein under 20 grams, and you're keeping your carbs under 50. Okay, so if you're taking notes, or a mental note, just hold that thought for a second. So low keto, autophagy, and then the third style of day that really helps with weight loss is ketobiotic. Now, kind of talked about that before, but the reason that I like ketobiotic is it's more than just the macros. In ketobiotic, what you're saying to yourself is that you're going to keep your carbohydrates under 50, you're going to keep your protein under 50, and you're going to add in as many greens as you possibly can. So the majority of your protein, of your carbohydrates, will probably come from vegetables, and most of it will come from greens. So let me tell you why these 3 days are so crucial. If you do a low keto day and you're like, oh my God, Dr. Mindy, that's exactly what I needed. I just need to bring my carbs down a little more. Then you know that you're more carb sensitive than most people. If you do an autophagy day and you're like, oh my God, Dr. Mindy, that was key, that was perfect. I brought my protein down and bam, I started to lose weight. Then you know your work needs to be more in the protein area and keeping your protein low in order to lose weight, okay? If you get on a ketobiotic day and you're like, oh my God, Dr. Mindy, I added in all those greens and wow, I started to drop weight, then you know that your weight loss efforts need to be focused around your microbiome and feeding your good bacteria. So this is why I like these 3 days. Now, I want to say one other thing before I show you how to put this together in a week, okay? The third step, this is for the person who has done the first step. They know how to get into ketosis. They're counting macros. They have also done the second step where they know diet variation like I teach it here, and they're still stuck. Then the third step is something called feast-famine cycling. If you have been in ketosis for so long, it is time to feast and come out. This doesn't mean feast like go to McDonald's or eat a bunch of fast food. That's not feasting to me. Feasting is upping your protein. It's upping things like beans and squashes and some fruits so you can build maybe your hormones back up. You want to not count macros on the day of feasting. Feasting to me is about purposely pulling yourself out of a ketogenic state. And then, this is why we call it feast-famine cycles. The next day, you're going back into like a low keto day. You're going back into a famine cycling day. Okay, so feast famine cycling works incredibly well. This is for weight loss. This is where what we do in the metabolic reset. So if you guys want, we're doing one in May, just put metabolic reset in the comments and we'll make sure that you get a link for it, because it's the cycling in and out of feast famine states that makes such a difference in your weight loss efforts. Okay, now let me put it all together in a week's picture. Okay, so if you're sitting there and you're like, okay, I just want to lose weight, I really want to lose weight at the ketogenic diet, then what I'm going to encourage you to do is 2 days a week, you're going to do a low keto day, okay? Two days a week, you're going to do an autophagy day, and 3 days a week, you are going to do a keto biotic day. Now, how you put that together in a week period is up to you. So for me, I like to eat more on Sunday. The farmer's market is where I go and I get great treats. So Sunday would be more of a keto biotic day because you can eat more on those days. I get all the fresh greens from the market. So Sunday I would do keto biotic. Monday, on Monday I would do low keto. Then Tuesday I would do autophagy. And then Wednesday maybe I do another keto biotic. And then Thursday I can go do my second low keto. Friday, do autophagy, and then Saturday, do keto biotic. So you can see that it's the moving in and out that I want you guys to do, okay? So if that's confusing, come join us in the metabolic reset, because this is what we do. We teach you guys how to go in and out of these different styles of eating so you can unhook your weight loss efforts. One of the problems that we know for sure is that when you do any diet at the same pace over and over and over again, you're going to get stuck. Now, having said that, it's critical if you want to lose weight that you know how to get into ketosis. So if you don't know how to get into ketosis, please put it in the comments so we can help you, okay? Second thing is then it becomes critical that you know how to vary those 3 ketogenic styles. And then the next step is how do you go into feast famine cycling? Okay, so give me feedback. Let me know if that was helpful. Again, you guys have been continuing to give us great comments. Thank you again also for those of you that share this out into the world. I do this channel to really reach out to people all over the planet. We have such an incredible community here that want results with their health. So thank you for sharing it. But let me know, does that make sense? If you have one of these 3 days that work best for you, put it in the comments so that we can get people in our community can see what your result has been. So as always, adore you guys. And from the bottom of my heart, I hope that helps.